Grave Tone.
Welcome to Grave Tone Podcast, where horror comes to life in every form it takes. I'm Meaghan.
And I'm Arthur.
And we are finally having a different episode this week.
We didn't go to the movies for the first time in 2 months, I want to say?
I don't know. I think
That's
so.
what I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
This has been an insanely stacked first quarter of the year. I mean, to be fair too, between streaming releases as well, we could have been doing a new movie this week also with streaming releases, and even I'm sure some limited releases. If we were having any in our area, I guarantee we could have done something or talked about some stuff. And you know what? We will in some future episodes. We'll probably do mini reviews and stuff, so we can chat about some things that we just don't have time or the opportunity to do full scale reviews of,
Forbidden Fruits. We
oh
saw it
God,
on the
it
day
was so
of.
good.
We didn't talk about it.
No, we haven't talked about it, but I loved it. So it's gonna go in an episode like that at some point, because I'm gonna talk about that. We watched that. We watched The Mortuary Assistant. We just watched Body Cam.
That was great.
Yeah. Anyway, a lot of stuff like that we're kind of doing in general, but we're gonna have a slightly different, very chill episode this week.
Very chill.
Yeah. So we are still going to, I think for now we're maybe winding down from the new releases at least for a week or two, and then I think it's going to kick right back up again in the next week.
Yay. That's okay.
Yeah. And until that time, we're going to have a little bit of a different episode
We need to stop eating popcorn every time we go to the movies.
Oh my God.
That's bad.
I don't know if somebody else is listening to this and you are somebody who goes to the movies very regularly for new releases. Do you avoid popcorn after a while? Does it get to be too much for you? I'm almost worried it's having a weird effect on my digestive system.
I know, right? It's terrible. You eat it, then you feel full, but not really.
Yeah.
And it just sits there like a fucking rock.
It's so weird. And then you have too much of it, and there's too much salt on it because it's movie theater popcorn. And
salt.
you just have a giant Coke, so all you're drinking is that and not water. Oh, it's a whole thing.
You don't need water. Coke breaks down the popcorn.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, it cleans toilets, man.
That's really concerning. Why do we drink this?
Don't.
It's delicious. Oh, shut up. You're going to stop doing that.
Yes, I will.
Oh, yeah, right. Sure. We'll report back if that happens. So anyway, we're doing things a little bit differently this week. We're allowing ourselves, it's good because we've been able to watch, a couple of streaming releases that we hadn't been able to watch. So that's been fun to catch up on. We started Something Very Bad Is Going to Happen. Very tense and very fucking uncomfortable so far. So I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, which we're going to have to review because we all say
I know we need to talk about TV shows.
And
I know.
TV shows and books, and we need to do TV
I know.
shows.
We're going to come at you with something bookish in the next few weeks too. 100%. There is no option.
Yeah, well, we're trying to schedule an interview with a horror author.
Yeah.
Who's a double Bram Stoker nominated.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's really cool.
Yeah, so I'm really pumped about that. And there's just been, this spring is getting, we're getting some really great releases. I'm super, super pumped to read Nothing Tastes as Good by Luc Dumas, probably. It's an American author.
Right, that's new, right?
Yeah. That was just published, which seems to be a, substance sort of style kind of novel about a gay man who's living on his own, struggles with weight, and is given the opportunity to take some sort of essentially it's like a GLP-1. It's like some sort of experimental weight loss drug of some sort, but of course there are consequences to using something like this.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
I know, it sounds great. I'm so excited. I'm going to get into that very, very soon. But yeah, so to change things up this week, we were talking about the idea of movies, because we watch so much stuff. If you listen semi-regularly, yay. First of all, we love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Please leave a rating. It helps a lot.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. And if you are somebody who listens regularly, also obviously you know that, not only do we talk about, of course, new releases and things coming out, and we go to the movies very frequently, but, we do just talk about all of the films in general that we wind up watching over the years, whether it's on streaming, at film festivals, theatrical releases, just a whole myriad of different things. And I think that this is something that you see a lot in the horror sphere, and you don't necessarily actively think about it, but there's something about certain films for different reasons where you will watch them, you might love them, you might not love them, but they're just movies in the horror sphere that you yourself find that you can never rewatch. Like
Yeah.
they're just unrewatchable films
For XYZ reason. Doesn't
for
necessarily
so
mean
many
that they were
reasons.
bad.
No, that's it.
You
I mean,
know?
sometimes it could be because you hated the film for
Yeah.
whatever reason. That's a really easy one, obviously. Very often, I think what I come across when I'm, sort of reading people's comments online and things like that is more to do with like how dark like the subject matter is in a film and like how fucked up it is. So it's just not a movie that you're going to ever really rewatch again, even if you found that it was like fantastically made, whatever the case may be. It could be something that is so singular in like the style of it. I'm thinking of very like, like very like psychedelic horror stuff that's
Right.
like really trippy,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
maybe you have to be in a really specific kind of mood to watch a movie like that. I mean, I do, but I don't really take any psychoactive substances ever. So maybe it's because I don't have the same vibes as the movie does most of the time.
They're just crazy all the time.
Shut up. Or that's it. There could just be maybe even one scene or one specific moment from a film that makes you be like, oh, that was a lot, and I'm never going to rewatch that again. And so you just never go back to it.
Pause and turn off.
Kind of. Not necessarily, but sometimes. It has
Yeah.
happened to me once or twice. So it's just there's a lot of that, and there's a lot of unrewatchable stuff for a bunch of different reasons. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to make our way through our own lists of some films that we've watched over the years that we maybe find kind of fall into that category for different reasons. And also, maybe take a wide look to a degree at some of the sort of regular kind of additions to lists like that
regular
you
list
see.
appearances that you see,
Yeah, that you see like the sort of repetitive ones that you see over and over again as well.
Yeah, that's it. This is not to make like a repeat of those lists and it's only the fucked up movies where, it's
Yeah.
all blood and guts and disgustingness
what you
everywhere.
see a lot, yeah.
Yeah, it's not that.
Which again, also understandable. Obviously, if a movie's like super fucked up, you're not going to put it on a Sunday afternoon for
Yeah,
shits and
that's it.
giggles, obviously. But or I think some people like say that they will, but I think that those people are lying. If I'm honest, people who say like certain things, like I watch like a Serbian film for fun. I'm like, okay, don't be
That's
pretentious. You're an asshole.
wild.
Yeah, don't be an asshole about it. Like that's ridiculous.
Let me just watch the Human Centipede on
Yeah,
fifth repeat.
that's it. Like, shut up. Stop trying to impress people. You're not doing that. I don't believe that you're doing
Human
that.
Centipede has like parks in Japan.
That's so weird. People are so fucking weird.
No, but it's not like disgusting parts. It's like a very nice park, and the benches are just
No, I
people
get it.
strung
They're
together by
people
their
stuck to each
anus.
other, but like, what the fucking what? Why?
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never watched the movie, so I have
Me
no
neither.
idea. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, a lot of the ones that do pop up on these lists regularly, we've not necessarily seen a lot
Yeah.
of them, because I've just noticed this about, I think both of us, honestly, is that we're not necessarily drawn to films that are just like very shock value heavy movies most of the time. It doesn't mean that we don't watch any of them, but I find the majority of the time I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, I've never watched that. Like,
Yeah, I know.
and I just don't really have any interest in doing it. Not because I think that it's necessarily terrible or anything, but it's just not something I'm drawn to at all.
Yeah, there's a bunch of times that I was like, oh, it's a evening on the weekend. I have a lot of free time.
Yeah.
I could maybe watch something or whatever it is, even if like you're there or you're not there, and I just kind of decide to watch something by myself. And I know it's always in the back of my mind. I'm like, okay, Human Centipede, I should probably watch it because it's all fucked up and everything, or even Tusk and stuff. And I'm never like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put it on.
I know.
This is literally the last thing on my mind because
Yeah.
I can watch anything else than that.
Yeah. I think so too. Yeah, I think a lot of the time if you have to be in the mood for certain things like that, and for me, it's so incredibly rare that I will be in a headspace where I'll be like, yes, this is definitely something that I feel like
You know what I mean? Like
watching.
if I'm at a friend's house and they're like, yeah, let's watch Human Centipede, and there's a group of people, okay, fine. I mean,
Yeah, because
like,
everybody
whatever.
can yell about it. It's different. I don't know what
That's
it is.
exactly.
It's
It's not like
different.
you're gonna be watching it by yourself, sitting there with your little bowl of popcorn.
No. Ew,
alone
oh my
in the
God, yeah. I
dark.
can't even imagine doing that by myself. Like just sitting there and being like, I'm going to put Martyrs on for fun, like just on my own because I've been curious about
Okay,
it.
but wait, is there popcorn?
No.
Okay,
Well,
then
okay,
don't.
well, whatever. Even if there is popcorn,
If there's popcorn, it's fine. It makes it better.
absolutely not.
If there's popcorn, passable.
Okay. Sure. All right. So we've given away a couple of the ones that do pop up on lists,
Yes,
I think, like a
obviously.
lot.
I
So
mean-
a Serbian film I saw all the time. Martyrs I've seen multiple times before, the original, and there's a remake apparently, not too far apart, which is weird, but that might be like an American versus a European thing. Audition, which is a very famous Japanese horror film
Yeah, I haven't seen
from
it. I don't even know what that one's about.
1999 or 2000 or something. There's a lot
Alright.
of like really intense torture in that
Oh.
one. That's really fucked up. I know it's supposed to be incredibly well made though. So that one I'm
Hmm.
like, maybe I would give that a chance. Maybe.
If it's
I've
well
just,
made.
yeah, apparently it's really good.
Alright.
But I've never gotten around to watching it. A couple of others that, like, yeah, Serbian film is big. Cannibal Holocaust is a
Yeah,
big
of
one,
course.
obviously, because also at the time, especially at the time that it came out, everybody thought that it was real too. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was marketed as being like a documentary. So that was a big one. Salo or the 120 Days of Sodom from all the way back in the 70s. Obviously, that's really fucked up. Why would anybody want to see that? Yeah, that's it. There's just like a bunch of those I think that come
I
back.
keep seeing teeth
Oh,
on the list as
yeah.
well.
I know. Although I think that's just, I think men are bothered by that film.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I
I
don't know
could be
what's it
wrong. I
about.
don't know. But yeah, I think there are a lot of those. And then there are one or two, though, that I have seen pop up a good few times that are on my list as well, just because of like the subject matter that I'm like, yeah, great movie. Don't think I'm ever necessarily going to rewatch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what does your list start with then?
So my list does start with one of those actually, which I noticed on a few people's in a few people's comments and mentions as I was just like doing a little bit of like looking on like Reddit threads and things like that about this. It's Hereditary. This movie is incredible. It's so good. It's extremely well done. It has some of like the best performances in horror movies I've ever seen in my life, and I think most people would probably agree with that even if they don't love the film itself. There's so much good to it, but it is just extremely unsettling. And I would have to be in a really particular headspace to go back to wanting that level of unease for like 2
Right. Yeah,
hours
yeah, yeah.
in my life. I mean, to be fair, too, I will say, as a rule, Ari Aster's films aren't exactly easily rewatchable. Now, there are things that I would like to go back and rewatch about like Midsommar, which I've not done. Just in terms of like the imagery a lot of the time throughout the movie and like the clues that kind of give away certain
Yeah, okay.
aspects
I
of
mean,
things before
no
you
one's
get
different.
to the end of the film. And I know that Hereditary has a lot of that too. And I cannot discount that it's like a fantastic film. I was blown away when I watched it, but it's just not one that I've ever felt the need to be like, I'm going to sit down and rewatch this movie. And it's definitely not a background noise movie, so I'm not going to do that either.
No, definitely not.
No.
To be fair, it is also on my list, and I've never even finished that movie.
No, you started it.
No, we started together, and it was so fucked up that I was like,
He
nope,
left.
I'm gonna go play GTA 4.
All
And I
I
just
will
went
say-
and drove around, and
All I will say is he left after the telephone pole scene. You dipped out at that
I think it was
point.
even before. I don't remember.
No, it was during. It was right
Yeah.
after that happened. You were like, I think I might be done for now. I don't think I'm in the mood to watch this.
I was like, it was like in my periphery, and I'm like, yeah, no, thanks. I'm just concentrate on driving and smashing people.
Oh god, that was funny. Yeah, it's true. I forgot about that. That's a good one.
That's fucked up. Apparently, Ari Aster has a new film that he's either producing or making. Or anything.
Interesting.
It is untitled. Mm-hmm. I don't remember who's directing it. It was the person had a complicated name, but it has like almost all of the cool horror debuts in
Okay.
a sense recently.
Oh, okay.
Like anyways, I'm really bad with names, but apparently it's like a lot of people are talking about it. I think it's A24 as well.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It has like a very stacked cast.
Interesting.
So yeah.
I mean, A24 is going to keep on stuff with him. I think they're
Of
riding
course.
the wave of, they were like pretty much propelled into pretty mainstream stuff with the release of his films,
Yeah.
especially. So, amongst other things, but that was definitely up there. Those movies were up there for sure.
For me, the first one is definitely, I mean, they're not really ranked in any kind of way,
Yeah.
but Hostel
Okay, sure.
is definitely there.
Yep.
I've seen it in cinemas when it came out a long, long, long time ago. And
The 2000s.
yeah, and it was fucked up and enough for me to not have to watch it again.
That's fair.
Subject matter, everything that is shown there. It's not a bad movie. I'm not saying I hate it or anything.
It's not a great
But-
movie if
okay,
we're honest
fine.
about it, though.
Fine, it's not
like
like-
it's not like horrible. It's not like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, I've also like I've never really felt the need to be like, "Do you know what I feel like doing? Going back and watching Hostel." Like not particularly.
Or even watching Hostel Part 2.
I've never
which-
watched the second one.
That's what I'm saying. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it because apparently it's as freaky or
Oh,
even
yeah.
worse than
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
one. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, the first one was enough.
Yeah.
That whole thing with
the eye.
burning torch in the eye.
Yeah, it's
and
gross.
Literally
I think
everything.
everybody talks about that part. I think
Yeah, of
anybody
course.
who I've spoken to who has seen it, actually, you know what I will say? Like, this isn't even something I've looked at online. Everybody who I've spoken to who has seen the film is like, that fucking thing with the eye. I'm like, yeah, okay. Yep,
Yeah,
got it.
no, that's it. So like, I've seen it. It is probably buried somewhere in the back of my mind, and it never dig in that corner
Yeah.
because I don't need to. And that's it.
Okay, fair.
So
That's fine.
I don't, I don't need it.
I'm like 90% sure that was Eli Roth's goal, and I think he achieved it, so I will give him that. That was, I get the feeling he was going for,
yeah.
I would like to disturb my audience,
A
and he
lot
did
of
it.
his movies are like that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Did you hear about the Ice Cream Man?
Oh my God, I saw that. Did
It's
you
ama-
guys see that the other day that he's working on like a remake, I assume, anyway, of The Ice Cream
Yeah.
Man, which is from what, the early 90s, late 80s, early
I think
90s?
it was before that.
Maybe. I don't
But anyways,
remember.
yeah, he's doing a remake, and apparently, because I was doing some research on it,
Yeah.
so it's supposed to be in August 7th or something,
Oh, sure.
released.
Oh, soon. Okay.
Yeah, very soon.
Like this year. I wasn't expecting that.
And he was trying to get it kind of like done in finance, whatever it is,
Sure.
through the usual means, the Hollywood studios, the
Yep.
big ones, whatever it is. And they said that they were too afraid to invest in it because it's kind of like fucked up.
My God.
It's kind of like Birds with Kids, which is, not not a great combination. So what he did is that, first of all, he opened his own production company, I
Yeah,
guess you want to call it, Horror Sector,
Okay.
I think it's called. And he partnered with Nas, the rapper, and his label.
Lil Nas X? Or?
No, like NAS.
I don't know who that is.
It's fine.
Whatever. Okay.
Doesn't matter. I think he's a producer and stuff.
Oh, sure.
But like, it's a very interesting way to circumvent, quote unquote, the usual system of going to the big Hollywood studios. Is that he opened his own,
Yeah.
and he also went into basically a recording label, and they're like, hey, you want to finance this movie? And they're like, yeah. So
Interesting.
technically speaking, Snoop Dogg is attached to this movie because he owns part of it, the label or whatever.
Oh, okay.
It's a very weird thought.
That's very strange.
Yeah.
I mean, Snoop's just doing shit at this point. It's like whatever he kind of feels like when he rolls out of bed in the morning, I think.
Hey,
So
Snoop is an investor, man. That's it. That's
I
all
think
it
that's
is.
kind of it at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyways, it's a very interesting turn of events, this whole thing, because if this is another different way of going about financing a movie, there might be something else we're going to start seeing
I
soon
don't
on the
know. I
screens.
mean,
if the person has enough pull, because I mean, it's also Eli Roth. So.
True. I mean, I think the thing with that too, though, is that like for a lot of people, they some actors and stuff do invest into their own films, and
course.
it's apparently like a bad idea. Like people are like, no, don't do that shit, because it's entirely possible that's a really bad investment. And that's why you couldn't
Well,
get investors
yeah.
in the first place, right? So like it's hard to say. But in the weird horror splatter sphere that Eli Roth lives in, it might be something that pays off. I'm thinking of things from a more mainstream perspective, but
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
like for a very niche audience. So
That's it. It's
Yeah.
also Eli Roth. So
exactly.
and Nas. So
Interesting. All right. My next one is also one. My next couple of ones are also ones that are, I'd say, largely due to the subject matter as well of them.
don't copy my list.
Oh, shut up. So one of them is just based on the physical, weirdly, of all things, the physical reaction that I had to it, and it was actually when we watched Gerald's Game, which was the Mike Flanagan adaptation for Netflix that he did in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. And that was
Oh,
only because
right,
of
the Stephen King adaptation.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, yes.
and it's only because of the degloving scene in that film.
Just that? Oh, it's not that bad.
You don't remember that? I got dizzy.
course I remember. Oh,
We had to
yeah.
pause it.
I remember that part.
Yeah.
With
So
you.
okay. So a little bit of just general like knowledge about me. I'd be the worst doctor on the fucking planet, but I have a thing. Generally speaking,
And yet you want to watch The Pit all the time.
I know, but it's really good. Anyway, but my thing is that normally it's extremely rare that on like TV shows and stuff like that I'm affected by this. Normally I have a bit of trouble with blood, but it's usually mine. Like if I cut myself, I
Yeah.
have an issue. Normally, actually, if anybody else does, I don't normally have that much of a problem with it. I'm fine on TV and in films and stuff like that. Also, don't normally have a problem. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just like the particular like headspace I was in that day, but that degloving scene that happens in Gerald's Game was also, it went on for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was. I got lightheaded in the middle of it, and we had to pause the movie for like 15 minutes. And I had to go sit
I
down
forgot about
'cause
that.
I was like-
What do you mean? You were sitting down. So
I
like
had to
we
go
were
sit down in the
standing.
bathroom because I didn't know if I was going to throw up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was weird. I love that you don't remember this.
No, I remember this now, but no, all the specific details and stuff, I forgot about it.
So yeah. So that's one that probably just because of that, I'd rather not have a repeat. So I probably won't rewatch it. Also, the
Okay.
whole thing with
Hey,
the
that's
tall
fair.
man in the corner fucking freaked me out. God, so
That's
scary.
awesome.
Ugh.
I know,
Yeah.
but yes.
I know, so good, but like excellent, wonderful performances. Carla Gugino never gets enough credit. She's so fucking good in everything, and I'm so glad that she's like a Mike Flanagan regular because at least we get to see her and stuff, which is
Yeah,
nice. She's
seriously.
super underrated, I find. So, like, very good, very well done. A really difficult novel to adapt, especially for screen, for something in which a character's by themselves for like the entire book,
Basically,
basically,
yeah.
essentially
For the
for
most
most
part.
of the
Yeah,
book.
that's it.
But so well done and really good. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know that the whole thing of the mirror with the Mike Flanagan movies?
Yeah, yeah, we've talked about this before. Haven't you posted it on our socials
Of course I
before?
did. It's
Yeah.
on TikTok. It's pinned
It's pinned.
on the TikTok.
Yeah, he does have a mirror thing that repeats itself.
Yeah, it's basically like in all of his movies, essentially. Like
Yeah.
you can see it in the background and stuff,
In a lot of stuff, yeah.
and in a lot of his most biggest movies
Yeah.
or TV shows, whatever. Yeah. So I don't know. Go check that out. There's like a whole Flanagan verse, whatever you
Yeah,
want
it's
to call
like
it.
like a little lore thing. It's fun.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. For me, the next one is I probably okay. So I mean, kind of like my top three are for basically the same reason. So Cabin Fever, the remake,
Oh, okay, yeah.
it's just way too much.
Eli Roth movies really
I
don't
know,
do it
yeah.
for you, eh?
I mean, I'm okay with a lot of them, or some of them, I guess. But it's just like those ones are so memorable in my head
Yeah.
that I also try not to remember them on purpose. But I was trying to make the list and I'm like, what the hell was that scene? And I'm like, oh, yep, I instantly remembered. It was as dumb, as fucked up as it was. Because, like, I was watching it and I was so disturbed. But at the same time, like, what the fuck are you doing? You're just torturing this person at this point. It's
That is
somewhere
how he
like-
made his name in the first place. Is
Yeah,
torturing
but, like,
people on
come on.
screen.
It's
I
always,
know.
It was borderline stupid.
It's dumb.
That like they're in the cabin or whatever it was in the shed that they like banned this person away
yeah.
or whatever. And obviously, you know, they're kind of like suffering and they're like, just kill me, whatever. So the person tries to, I don't know if it was trying to cut off the head or whatever it is with a shovel.
Oh yeah.
And he didn't make it.
Like all the way through.
Yeah, all the way through.
Yeah.
So the other person is like half alive, whatever. It's fucking weird. And then, of course, you know, their kind of like skin is all being flesh-eaten disease, whatever it is. So it's all open wounds everywhere. So then he pours kerosene on them, which is insane.
I don't remember
And then
this.
sets them on fire. Like, are you joking
Oh my
me?
God.
There
I-
was a simpler way
Yeah, I know.
to let this person die
Could
in
have stabbed
peace.
someone or something.
Whatever it is, man. Like, maybe, you know, don't poke at them with a shovel in the face. Do it, I don't know, in in an artery or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
anyways, whatever. Like, yeah, that movie is just way too much.
Yeah.
I don't like that I'm remembering in this,
No,
this movie.
it's weird because I genuinely have no recollection of
Good,
this
don't.
whatsoever.
It's locked in the back
I
of your
remember
head
when
and,
I
don't
remember
open that.
when we watched it and we were like, "This is dumb," but I
Yeah.
don't remember like the specifics about the movie. I probably forgot about it immediately after we watched it. To be honest,
Yes, exactly. So that's just keep that door locked.
that's fair.
It's fucked up.
Yeah. My last one that kind of falls into the category of unsettling things that bother me, so will not rewatch, even though really enjoyed the movie. Like these are ones like Hereditary, Gerald's Game, and this one. These are all ones that I think are extremely well made films. They're very good, but I'm like, oh no, no, I don't want to do that again. Is Hounds of Love. Hounds of Love is an Australian
I think
film.
have we seen it?
Yes.
What's it about?
Okay, hang on. Let me set the scene. So Hounds of Love is an Australian film from 2016. Let me finish my spiel.
I didn't even say anything.
Okay, but you're not letting me talk
I'm
about
talking
it.
to myself.
Even though you don't remember the fucking movies.
I am remembering vaguely. The more you say things, the more I remember.
Christ almighty. It's an Australian film. It is about a couple who kidnap girls and keep them hostage and basically wind up torturing and murdering them over time. And it's their particular story with one girl who's basically the girl who, again, spoiler alert, if you've not seen it, who winds up getting away from them, but everything that she has to endure until she's able to. The reason that this one I find gets to me a lot is that it's very heavily inspired by a real life couple named David and Catherine Burney. You can Google them. They were like fucking monsters who had done these things to multiple different young women and picked them up and kidnapped them and done these horrible things to them. They'd killed multiple people. And it is sort of the story of that's it, the final young woman who was able to actually get away from them. Escape and get away from them and stuff, but the film is extremely well done. Like it's very all of the shots, like the camera work is so good. The performances are phenomenal in the film. They're really excellent from all three members, like the three major cast members in the movie are really good. There's just like there's a lot to it. There's a lot of like just stuff that because it so very mirrors the experiences of like an actual person that this happened to, I have a lot of trouble with the idea of ever actually rewatching it. It was excellent to watch one time, but I just don't think there's ever going to be a headspace where I'm going to be like, oh, I'd really like to watch this movie again.
It sounds very familiar. I just don't remember the details.
You're always really bad with that though.
Yeah, but I feel like I remember that we've seen it.
We have.
It's like you're the other one we're talking about, but I don't remember the details. Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen it. We watched it together.
Oh, I believe you.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're not trying to inception me. So
No, why would I bother doing it for this of
I
all
don't know.
things? Of all the choices I could make. Yeah, so that's one. If you're into like true crime stuff in general and you want to watch it, it's definitely, like I said, it's an excellently made film. It's definitely worth a watch. I don't think it's worth multiple watches
Right.
unless you have the stomach for it. But
Does it follow the original story closely enough, or
fairly,
Yeah, okay,
not in every capacity, but
Well,
there are
no.
enough similarities for it to be like, oh, this is okay. This is a lot. Yeah, yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Australian cinema is, I think, a very underrated
Australian
type of movie.
horror films are very gritty. They're very visceral. As a rule, there's like a lot to them that way. So, so if you're looking for something a little bit on that grittier side, you should definitely check out Australian films if you've not really watched them in the genre. And I'm not just
100%.
talking about Wolf Creek. There are others as well.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Well, you said the Hereditary
I did
movie,
say Hereditary,
so that
yes.
was on my list already.
Nice. I love. Yeah, I can't rewatch it even though I've only watched part of it.
That's fine. I am also going to add very quickly Terrifier on the list because it kind of like is combined with the other two that I mentioned. It's just kind of like really fucked up, and I don't know, why would I rewatch that again?
Very gory.
Type of thing. My next one, and I even put this on my list with a question mark at the end because I'm not sure if I want to rewatch it. Like, I want to rewatch it because I know it's good, but I also don't want to rewatch it because I know the ending and everything, and it kind of like just really seals the deal once you know the ending of the movie. You know what I mean? And like sometimes, yes, it's fine, you know the ending and you want to rewatch it because you want to catch certain glimpses of things you
but it's true that
definitely
there
know
are times where you're
missed.
like, this isn't going to have the same impact if I watch it
that's
again. Yep.
Yeah. It's The Mist.
Ooh, I can see that. I can understand that. It won't have the same.
No, like the whole build up
Impact.
and everything and what happens in the end.
Yeah.
It is very, very, like, once you see it, you're kind of like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know, it has a big impact. And then it's just kind of like things happen.
Like,
in
don't
the
get.
movie, you know
I
what
mean, I don't know. You know what? I've never rewatched it either. I think it might be worth it just to maybe pick up on some of the nuance of like everything that happens
what I'm
prior
saying.
to the end of the
Yeah, so maybe like I'll
film.
watch it one other time or
Yeah.
whatever, which maybe I've done in the past. But it's not something that I'm like, oh yeah, let's watch this on a Saturday night because we have whatever, nothing to watch.
No, that's understandable.
something,
There
you
would
know what
need.
I
I'd
mean?
need a reason to be fair.
Yeah, that's it. So like I read the book
Yeah.
and the ending there was very different.
Yes.
And
I
then
think that's known, right? That the ending of I think it's a short story or a novella or whatever it's based on, but it's not the same.
Yes, it is. So no, the ending is not the same. And then when they made the ending for this movie and Stephen King saw it, he was actually excited because he was like, holy shit, this is a great
He was
ending.
like, God damn it, this is better than my
Yeah,
story.
that's it. He was like, I wish I would have thought about
Yeah.
it this way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Mist,
That's
I like it a
understandable.
lot. That movie, I think, is
It's
great.
it's honestly it's underrated in how like even ignore the twist at the end, ignore the ending of the film. It's really underrated, I think, in how solid it is, even throughout the
Yeah.
rest of it. Like the performances are really good, the tension is very good. Like it's really well made, honestly. And it's not just the ending, like the last 10 minutes that makes it good. It's good before that as well.
Yeah, I agree. There's
Yeah.
like a lot of hateful characters and tension building.
Yeah,
and
no, there's a lot, and it's
aliens
just
everything. It's
it does have it does give you like a pretty good realistic look at like sort of like the fanaticism that could come out of an event
Very
like
quickly
this.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also it's a horror sci-fi, so it's kind of like my preferred.
Yeah, it falls into your preferred genre.
Yeah, that's it. My preferred genre combination
That is
in
fair.
that Venn diagram overlap.
It's your favorite overlap
It's my
ever.
favorite overlap.
You only live in that overlap.
Well, I mean, that one and like, you know, pizza and hot dogs overlap. I like
Sure,
that.
sure, 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 sure. Fair.
And the carnival food overlap.
Yeah, right.
I'm doing circles with my
You're
hands.
like,
in
yeah,
front of
nobody can see what you're doing right now.
Damn it! I forgot.
Yeah. So my other ones that I have, there's a couple that are just like ones that I found were like, I guess, disappointing for me that I'm not a huge fan of and I don't really love revisiting. So there's those. And then a couple of other ones that I'll just kind of rattle off a little bit that are on that, that sort of like very kind of psychedelic, very trippy side where even if I did enjoy them, I'm like, I don't know when I would want to rewatch this
Jesus Christ, how long
movie.
did you work on this list? I have like one left.
It's only a few. It's fine.
It's only a few.
It's
It's
only a
like
few.
20.
Shush. So my first couple that fall into that like sort of trippy side of things because of imagery in a lot of cases, but also like that's it, like the subject matter being like a lot to think about, which again, I feel like you have to be in a really specific space, are Annihilation, which I find kind of falls into that.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Because
you're
there's just
right.
like a lot to it when you actually start
I didn't even
unpacking
think
what
about
it's
that.
about, but it's like,
You know what I mean? I need to get a list of every horror movie or horror adjacent movie that I watched in my life, and I would be able to pick out better
yeah,
choices.
you'd be able to find a bunch. Yeah.
It's just like there's some of them that you're like, oh yeah, this one, like
Yeah,
Annihilation.
yeah, yeah.
Damn it,
Yeah.
could have been on my list.
Annihilation and Mandy, I find
love
kind of
Mandy.
it was really good, but am I gonna just like rewatch it at any point? I genuinely don't know. I don't know. It's
I liked it.
like really cool to
I would rewatch
watch.
it
It's
probably.
got some really crazy stuff in it. There's a lot of really good stuff in it. Like the cinematography is fantastic. The performances are good. The color palette of the film
Oh,
is
yeah.
beautiful. The
Incredible.
music is so good. I love all the synthy stuff on the soundtrack. But it's just, again, it's so fucking wily that you're like, I don't know what kind of headspace I'd need to be in to rewatch it, but it would need to be a very, very particular one.
To be in a cage rage headspace.
Maybe. Rage Cage, maybe.
Rage cage? Cage
Yeah,
rage.
Rage Cage.
It also works the other way around.
Or cage rage. Raging in a cage.
That's what he's doing. That's what he does.
Arguably one of his better Rage Cagey performances as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just love that actor. I don't know.
I know you love Nicolas Cage.
People think he's like insane and whatever it is.
I'm pretty
and
sure he's a little crazy, but that doesn't mean he's not good at what
whatever,
he
man,
does.
He's a great actor. Yo, that movie. What was that movie where he doesn't speak a single line? It was basically a FNAF remake.
Oh, Willy's Wonderland.
Yes, that's it. Incredible performance.
fun.
I don't care.
It was okay.
He does not say a single word in that movie.
It was fine.
I'm not saying the movie was good. I'm just saying he was.
He was also
He
fine.
conveyed everything.
I mean, I guess so. I wouldn't necessarily say
Stop
that.
hating
But
on the cage, okay? You will not win this.
it was a decent film. I didn't hate it. Okay, do you have a last one?
Oh,
or not?
yes.
My God.
I don't know. You just stared at me. I don't know, man.
Because I'm waiting for you.
You were just like staring with
Catch
those
up.
big eyes, like the cat when he looks at me when he's hungry.
He's looking at me like that right now.
Exactly.
Oy.
See, that's where it's happening from.
Yeah.
My last one, I guess, is one that we watched recently, and it is literally a movie that I walked out on because I was watching it and I was like, okay, weird, okay, disjointed. I'm not sure what's happening. Then I'm like thinking really hard about it, what's going on, and then I was sitting there and I was watching the movie. I'm like, I could be doing something so much more productive right now
Yeah.
than spending my time watching this. And I just walked away and started doing something on the computer
And
for
you
the podcast.
left me to it.
I know. I'm sorry. I left you, and it happened.
Thanks for that.
Anyways, it was the Mortuary Assistant.
Yeah.
I kept hearing about it on Instagram, everywhere, like a bunch of socials. You know, people are like, "Oh my God, it's out! It's out! It's out! It's everywhere! You should watch it, etc."
This is something we need to probably cover it in like an episode where we're doing like mini reviews
Mm-hmm.
at some point. We need to talk about it because maybe it has something more to do with the games and things than we're aware of because we're not
Yes,
super
look,
aware of things.
I've watched a couple of like a few minutes here and there of the game and everything, and yes, there's a lot of fan service even in the beginning of the movie, like
Sure.
the main guy,
Oh yeah.
the main mortuary
Mm-hmm.
dude, you know, we were like, there's no way that he's playing this character like this. He was for sure directed on purpose to act this
Act
way
like an
because
NPC,
he was
basically.
acting like an NPC.
He was, yeah.
And for sure, it's a whole video game references and
Oh, for sure.
fan service, whatever it
Yes.
is. But that's why I was like, I don't want to continue watching this because I'd rather play the game and get so much more immersed into this and get so much more of the story as opposed to getting this disjointed thing. And
It
it's
was
like
very
this
disjointed.
timeline and this thing and the
Yeah.
demon that comes out of. Anyways,
It
whatever.
was there was a lot of disjointedness to the story. I don't know if it was edits that they made or whatever the case may be, but yeah, there was something to it. We'll
There's
have
like
to
things that don't translate from a video game into a movie.
Yeah.
Because if I'm playing and I'm here in the mortuary or whatever, and I'm doing my thing, and then I'm transported with a flashback into the scene that I have to play as the player, whatever
Yeah.
it is, it totally works. You know what I mean? In a video game, it totally works. It's fine because you're like, okay, this is a different scene, different thing. Disconnect everything.
Yeah.
It's gonna probably give me clues of what I have to do or whatever it is. It's gonna give me some backstory. In a movie, it doesn't have the same
Yeah.
impact. You're just kind of like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Why? Nothing is explained. In the game, you know that things will be explained over time, whatever. It's just it doesn't
lack of
work.
explanation was a big thing.
Yes.
Anyway, we'll need to talk about it a little bit if we
Well,
do
look, you know
an
what?
episode with it, but
we'll do a playthrough and then we'll discuss it.
yeah, maybe we should do, and then we can just kind of like figure out like what the hell this movie
Yeah,
was trying to
exactly.
do. That is a good example of a recent one for sure. That was just like, underwhelming. Very
looked
much.
great.
It looked cool.
It looked really cool. Everything, like, I think it was well shot and
Yeah.
everything was beautiful.
Willa
Even-
Holland was trying her fucking
yeah,
damnedest.
even
Like,
the creature at the end was awesome,
Yeah.
but I was like, nah.
yeah, I know. That is fair. Sorry, anybody who actually enjoyed it, but yeah, no, I don't think it was for us. So my last two kind of fall into that category in the sense that for me, they're just like disappointing. They're just films that I didn't enjoy very much.
Right.
Largely due, I think in both of the cases, to like kind of story and stuff that I just like wasn't a big fan of. In one case, it was like story stuff. The other case, it was just like massive overhyping. This is a really big film that I was just kind of like,
And it just fell flat type of thing.
for me, yeah, I was just never
Right, right, right.
interested in revisiting it ever. So one of them, again, it was a more recent watch for us because I had not seen the movie before. It was Silent Hill. God, that movie was annoying.
Oh, yeah.
And I did
I was
not like it.
what?
See, you literally forgot about
Yes,
it.
I did because it was just. Bleh.
I didn't like it. I'm sure that some people do. So apologies. You're totally entitled to do so. We've never played the Silent Hill games, so I have no reason to
Like attachment. To
no
it type of
attachment
thing,
to
yeah.
anything, the story, the characters whatsoever, and the all that the film did was try to give you like spooky visuals that I'm sure were very fan servicey for fans of the game. It reminds me of a similar sort of thing to something like Five Nights at Freddy's, before people get mad at me about that, in the sense that like it looks
I mean, we enjoyed Five Nights
they're
at
fine.
Freddy's.
They're fine. They look cool,
Yeah.
but are they like incredible films?
Well, no.
Yeah, but man, you'd be surprised at how much people want to like fucking chop your head off for saying something like that about FNAF. That fandom scares me a little bit. They need to calm down. Like
They're
you
just
can.
very excited.
I get that they're excited about it, and it's cool that you're getting everything that you want out of it. But people are also entitled not to enjoy them very much as films. Anyway, and my last one, which might be my controversial one, that I'm sure many people will disagree with, is The Ring.
What?
I don't really like this movie very
Why?
much. I never liked it. I watched it when it came out. I watched it
Yeah.
when I was, I don't know, 13.
I remember watching it in high school on my breaks with people in the computer lab because we were like, holy shit, it's so insane. You need to watch it. It's so scary.
Yeah. Outside of the visuals of a lot of the stuff that happens in this movie, I find the story incredibly boring. I was never a fan of this at all, and it felt extremely overhyped to me when I watched it. Because everyone was talking about it. You have to understand too, this was the early 2000s, and like one movie every month came out. So when there was something new, everybody went to watch the same movie. And this was definitely the one for most of the
You're
year
talking
that it
about the
came out.
American remake.
Yes,
Oh,
I've never
okay.
watched the Japanese
You
one.
should watch the original
I
one.
haven't.
It's very similar, but it's more creepy, I find. It's
Probably.
more unsettling.
I've-
I've seen it.
I wholly believe that the Japanese versions of a lot of these, like The Ring and The Grudge and things like that, are probably leaps and bounds better
Yeah.
than their remakes, just simply because they have the initial atmosphere that actually comes from the original story and the lore for it as well. That probably culturally fits into things a lot better than it does in like the American remakes of things. So maybe that's just me. But yeah, this is not a movie that I ever have enjoyed, and I have never revisited it and have no desire to watch it ever again.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen it.
And again, not because it scared me, because even when I watched it as a preteen,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
did not scare me. But I was just kind of like, okay.
I don't think it was too scary. I've seen it. I was kind of like, creeped out, obviously, because that gives you that
Yeah.
feeling to it, whatever, and then fine. And then I think I watched it like a good few years later, and I actually found it almost hilarious. That scene with the horse
Oh
that
God, the
just
horror
falls off the
scene.
ferry.
So bad.
It was so funny. It just kept running into a wall and then just like whoop, and it falls behind.
It just makes you sad for the horse.
I
Poor
was
baby.
I was laughing. So this the second time or maybe the third time, whatever it is, I thought it was hilarious. So really,
Yeah.
that movie has, you know, very minimal impact on me.
Yeah.
I remember more the original one
The Japanese one, yeah.
because, like I said, it was just more creepy and
I bet it
unsettling
was. I bet it was.
than the American
It was probably
one.
like differently done and like quieter in the way that it went about things. So I believe it. I'd have to check it out at some point. It's like on my list, but I'd have to get to it at some point. But it's just, I don't know. It's just not something I've ever been a fan of, and I was never particularly impressed with it. And I just feel no need to ever talk about it or watch it ever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Anyway, that was fun. We just got to go through all of those. I'm really curious, I think, what everyone else's unrewatchable films are,
Yeah.
and for what reasons. Is it because you don't like them? Is it because that's it, the subject matter really bothered you and you can just like never see yourself rewatching them? Is it because that's it, it lives in the space where it has a really good like twist at the end that now that you know what it is, rewatching it might not, have the same impact on you again, so you just don't feel the need to revisit it at any point. Anyway, I'm just curious what people's kind of unrewatchable horror films are that way.
Yeah, that's it. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, listen in the comments. You can check out all of that on our socials, obviously, at Gravetone Pod. So you can feel free to comment over on any platform, really, where you want to follow us over there. And obviously, you can also check out our website that we have at gravetonepod.com. All of our episodes are archived there. We have a little horror movie picker quiz on there where you just have
Not
to
sure
answer.
what to watch tonight.
Yeah, you just have to answer a few questions and it gives you some suggestions based on what you pick. And we're always kind of updating it and adding to it. So that's something that can change depending on when you do a search. But yeah, I don't remember if there's a new movie coming out next week, probably. So I'm assuming that we will be
Good.
checking something else out, and we're
Yeah.
going to work on that stuff. We want to work on some bookish things. We want to work on some game stuff and some other things, and hopefully kind of be able to weave all of that together as well. But we're getting some interesting releases in April and in May, too. So I'm sure that we will be checking all of that out, too, and coming at you with that. But in the meantime, guys, stay scared and stay tuned.
Ciao, guys.